Welcome into Tomahawk Talk, the Bourne Braves post-game show alongside fellow broadcaster Sam Hyman and Bourne Braves beat reporter James Hickey, and I'm Kerry Crowley welcoming you in to Durham Park. The Bourne Braves 7-4 victors over the Hyannis Harbor Hawks tonight. Sam, it was a comeback effort for Bourne, 4 runs in the top of the third inning for the Harbor Hawks. The big hit coming off the bat of Bobby Melly. It almost didn't happen. Brett Sullivan with a diving lunge in left field. Got a glove on it, but it turned out to be a 2-run double.
Yeah, it was a very close play. Sullivan was right at the foul line, almost made the catch, and that really turned things for the Harbor Hawks. But how about what Brett Sullivan did at the dish, really turning things around that way, and the Braves scored 7 unanswered runs to win the ballgame. So Sullivan, in his mark, yes, he did not make the catch on that one, but he tripled home 2 guys, and that was really the big spark for the Braves.
Well, the 7 unanswered runs, obviously the deciding factor in this ball game, James. What really made the difference was that the Bourne Braves got 4 of those runs back in the bottom half of the third inning. Sam already mentioned the 2-run triple from Brett Sullivan, a big hit in that inning. Xander Wheel also had an RBI single. The Braves offense came to life and got the big inning that we're not accustomed to seeing from this team.
You're right, Kerry. That 2-run triple to right field was another one where off the bat you maybe think it's a home run, but then you remember Brett Sullivan just seemed to can't hit a home run to right field. But he destroyed that pitch for a 2-run triple. An error off the next at bat by Billy Fleming at third brings home another run, and the Braves end up matching Hyannis' 4-run fourth with a 4-run third with one of their own to tie that game, and that was huge. You get on 4-0. You know, it's almost like the game could be over, and you come back that very next half inning and get 4 runs and then eventually score 3 more to win this one. A very good win for the Braves tonight.
The Bourne Braves tack on 1 run in the 5th, another in the 6th, and then again in the 7th to make the score 7-4. And Sam, the bullpen was lights out tonight. 5 innings of scoreless relief for this Bourne Braves bullpen, and we're used to seeing this. In Bourne Braves victories, the bullpen's ERA is sub 1.8, and tonight 4 different guys delivered.
Yeah, and you knew that the Braves bullpen was going to get tested because Andrew Sopko is not a guy that's going to go 6 or 7 like Bergen or Ryan Kellogg. He went 4 innings tonight. He left it on the table for Eric Nyquist, 2 innings of work, very solid, and then Mason Klotz had a pretty decent opening start or bullpen appearance for the Braves, and then Joey Strain at the back end after Dylan Nelson. It was perfect.
James, the most critical juncture of this ballgame coming in the top of the 8th inning. Mason Klotz loads the bases. The Hyannis Harbor Hawks are in business. Harvey Shapiro goes to the bullpen, and he calls upon Dylan Nelson at a time when the Bourne Braves needed him to be his best, and he delivered.
Definitely the biggest point in this game, maybe less than 2 outs with the bases loaded in a 3-run game, 1 swing of the bat can put Hyannis ahead or put him right back in, and Dylan Nelson gets 2 strikeouts in the 2 batters that he faced. The second one being against Daniel Pile, who hit a grand slam earlier in the season against the Braves, down 3 runs. So huge effort from Dylan Nelson out of the bullpen tonight to get it into the 9th to Joey Strain, who recorded his 6th save tie for the league lead.
Well, we've talked enough about this Bourne Braves pitching staff. It's time to go back and talk about the offense. Our Ginger Polson had a chance to catch up with Brett Sullivan.
Just a win away from clinching a spot in the playoffs. What's it like to be on the best team in the Cape?
It's awesome. You know, we have a good group of guys. We all get along very well. We hang out a lot, and I think, mostly it's just, going out there and having fun, playing with your guys and not thinking too much about it.
Awesome. Thanks, Brett. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Ginger. 7-4 victory for the Bourne Braves back here at Durham Park. It's time to pick our players of the game. I turned to Sam, but James, you're going to go first.
I just talked about him. I'm going to go with Dylan Nelson. Biggest part in this game, bases loaded, 1 out in the 8th. To get 2 strikeouts against the 2 only batters that he faced, that was a huge effort. And give it over to Joey Strain in the 9th is about as sure as thing as anything.
And then one of the best parts of this ballgame, I thought, after Dylan Nelson K's up the last batter of that inning, it was a really tense moment in this game. Chad Gassman came out. He was arguing the call. He didn't like what he saw at all, but Dylan Nelson came through when the Bourne Braves needed him the most. He was a big player tonight. Sam, tough to follow that one up. I don't know how you're going to do it.
Well, another big contributor on the offensive side this time, Brett Sullivan, 2 for 4, 3 RBIs, and a triple, his 2nd triple on the season. What a shot. That was a rope to right center field, and it bounced all the way to the wall. He's got to get a home run at some point, but a triple, those are also rare.
Well, you guys have given me a few different options left. I could take Sutton Whiting, I could take Richie Martin, and I'm going to go with the Florida Gator. Richie Martin tonight, 2 for 4, 2 runs scored, and the decisive RBI to put the Braves ahead 5-4. Richie Martin always plays a flawless game in the field, and with his hits tonight, extended his on-base streak to 25 consecutive games. So that does it For our players of the game, guys, any closing thoughts?
Just great win for the Bourne Braves. Once again, the Falmouth Commodores picked up a huge win tonight. The Braves need to keep winning because they're atop the Western Division and have to hold that lead that they have over the Commodores late in the season now.
I'm just excited for the last 11 games of the season. So much at stake for the Braves. Pretty exciting time. West Division title, definitely a realistic possibility being ahead in that, and then the race for the President's Cup, the best record on Cape Cod, also within reach. So a lot of pretty exciting things for the last 11 games of the season for the Braves.
A 7-4 victory for the Bourne Braves moves them to 21 wins on the season. The Wareham Gatemen are not final yet. They're doing battle with the Orleans Firebirds, but if Wareham loses tonight, that means the Braves will clinch a playoff berth. Guys, it's all but a done deal, but at this point, the Braves would be very special to clinch so early in the season with still a quarter of the games left on the schedule. That does it for us from Durham Park. For Sam Hyman and James Nahikian, I'm Kerry Crowley saying so long from Bourne Braves Tomahawk Talk.